Bruh, let's get it. Tigers, 1-0 in Omaha. Exactly what they needed to do. You needed Paul Skenes to go and be Paul Skenes. He was. Tigers, 1-0 in Omaha. They'll play Wake Forest on Monday, 6 p.m. You beat Wake Forest on Monday. And, brother, you are, boom, boom, boom. You are ready, dog, because somebody's going to have to come back and beat you twice. Maybe it's Tennessee, maybe it's Wake Forest, don't know. And you'd have Paul Skenes Thursday if needed. You are 1 win away on Monday. Hopefully a great outing by Ty Floyd, and the bats continue to roll. You are 1 win away from the dream scenario, which is start 2-0, and you can all but punch your ticket to the championship series. All right, happy Father's Day weekend, all the dads. Much love to all of you. Hope that you all just get the opportunity to chillax and watch this ball game and celebrate a Tigers win and just hang out and lay low. So I got a Cohiba blue. We'll light up here in a sec. Got a barrel. Shout out to my guy Joe Juba. I don't know if he's watching. He'll probably hop on at some point, but if he's not, Joe sent me this. I'm a big fan of Barrel. If you're not familiar, Barrel Bourbon is the brand. Barrel does great stuff. You've probably seen or heard of Dovetail, Armida. They've done great stuff. This is Barrel. This is their gray label, the Craft Spirits gray label. It's I haven't had it yet, but it's cash strength, 100.58 proof. So low proof for cash strength. I've never had it. Excited to bust that open, and we're gonna hang out. So much love to all of you. Thanks for being here. Go Tigers. You know what? Let's bust this open right now while the audience builds a little bit. Let's look at this too. It's beautiful, man. The packaging and all this. Barrel does a great job. I love Barrel. Barrel Bourbon does a magnificent job. It's higher price. Like, you're gonna pay a little bit. You're gonna pay a little bit of a premium for Barrel, but it's just, they do a great job. All their blended spirits are awesome. Here we go. Just so you know, this is what I'm actually pouring. All right, here we go. All right, y'all, smash that like button. Thank you for being here so much. If you're new, subscribe up to the channel. Cheers, raise your glass like we do on Whiskey and Wine. I'd love it if y'all, look, I'll even face my Bourbon Society of Baton Rouge Glencairn to you. Like we do on Whiskey and Wine, man. Take a photo with us, whatever you got in your hand. Take a picture. I'd love it if you tweet at me, at Matt Moscona, or on whatever social media platform you use, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. Let us know you're watching. We appreciate you. Cheers to everybody. Tigers win 6-3. Tigers win. Nice on the nose. That is a lot of earthy flavor, a lot of grass, like freshly mowed grass on the nose. A lot of body for 100 proof. A lot of pepper. Good amount of heat on long on the palate. Full flavored, full bodied. Gotta enjoy it, man. Barrel does a great job as always. Another winner there. Great label. Okay, we're gonna say what's up. I'll give you my thoughts here on the game. LSU wins 6-3. I tweeted this, random aside. I hope some of y'all probably think this is nerdy. Some of y'all think it's cool, but I love the final score in a baseball game, 6-3. LSU, when it won its first national title back in 1991, beat Wichita State 6-3. So whenever I see the final score 6-3, I think of Rick Green on the bump for the final out, the ground ball to Mook at third, the throw to Telechi at first, Chad OJ first out of the dugout, running out to greet him. I think of Lyle Mouton and guys like Andy Sheets and Armando Rios and Russ Johnson and Rich Cardani and Gary Email. And, I fell in love with baseball as a kid. And, watching the 91 champions as a kid was just fucking phenomenal. And every time I see 6-3, I always... Erica, turn the lights out on me. Every time I see 6-3, I think of that game and I love it. So shout out to the 91 champs. All right, y'all. This is the one I was smoking the other day. I cut it. It's already gone. I relit it. It's already gone out. See if we can finish this one off. All right. Let's talk about the game. You got to start with Paul Skenes. Paul Skenes was magnificent. Skenes was just fucking Paul Skenes. I mean, it's why every time you give the ball to Paul Skenes, you feel like you're going to win. And Paul Skenes, 7 2/3, 12 strikeouts. He hit 200 on the season, so he's 2 away from tying Ben McDonald's record. So if we see Paul Skenes again in Omaha, which I assume we will, hope we will, he's 2 away from tying Ben, 3 away from breaking it. 12 strikeouts, 1 walk. The walk was to Maui Ahuna in the 8th. Paul Skenes wasn't really in trouble at all. They did not have a runner get to second base until the 8th inning. Someone just said he was pissed leaving. I don't blame him for being pissed leaving. I have no problem though with Jay Johnson pulling Skenes when he did. We'll go through the whole game here, and I'll get to all your questions and everything. But in that moment, remember Ahuna, and I thought the guys on the broadcast did a great job. Maui Ahuna, who was a 400 hitter, played for Kansas last year. LSU was in on Ahuna. They thought they were getting Maui Ahuna, by the way. When Jordan Thompson had his struggles a year ago, they went hard in the transfer portal. LSU thought they were getting Maui Ahuna. He ended up picking Tennessee for, whatever reason. But Ahuna, as I thought those guys on the broadcast did a great job documenting it, struggled with velo. And Maui Ahuna in this game, I'm looking at it right here. Maui Ahuna was 1 for 4 in the ball game, and he struck out twice. And he had the walk, of course. They don't actually have Ahuna credited with the walk here, which is weird. But, did Ahuna get the single? Ahuna got the single. That's right. It was a great AB. It was like an 8-pitch at bat, and he grounded one that squirted through. So he got the single. I don't blame Jay for pulling Skenes there. You had a runner on. Skenes had overpowered Ahuna all night. You had Ensley coming up. You had Guidry and Cooper in the pen. I tweeted that I loved going to Guidry there, and Guidry gives up the homer on the first pitch, and everyone shit on me on Twitter. But I'm going to say this again. I have been nothing if not consistent here. Baseball is a game of failure. You fail 70% of the time, you're in the Hall of Fame. So as long as you have good logic with making the decision that you did, I'm good with it. You need 1 out in the 8th. You're thinking Guidry can get you home and get you 4 outs. He has been your dude. He has been unafraid of the moment. He has snapped off breaking pitches. Ensley's a righty. You had Guidry and Cooper up, a righty and lefty. You went righty with the righty on righty. You're thinking I'm going to throw a breaking ball to this guy with Guidry, who's going to keep it down. Maybe I get a ground ball. One thing that's not going to happen is him leave the yard. Well, Guidry left it up and the kid crushed it. Like, tip your cap to Ensley. Like, hindsight's 20/20. It's easy to look back and say, shitty decision going to Guidry. It was the right decision going to Guidry. You went righty on righty. You brought in your breaking ball pitcher. Guidry missed and the kid crushed it. Like, tip your cap. That's okay. Like, that happens. But hat tip to Riley Cooper as well, who came in, and Jay has said it over and over and over again. He trusts Riley Cooper, and Riley Cooper showed again. He does not have the best stuff. He probably does not have a professional career when his time at LSU is done. But Riley Cooper takes the ball in big spots and gets you outs. And that's what you want from your pitcher. Just you want out getters. Go get outs. And he got you the final 4 outs of the game. And finish it off. You advance in the winner's bracket. And Tigers beat Tennessee. So let's go through some of it here. Tigers had a threat in the first. Didn't come through. In the second, of course, awesome to see Gavin Dugas get the bomb. The Homa hammer coming through. As much as people talked about home runs in that park and how it was going to be so hard to hit home runs in the park and blah, blah, blah. LSU hit 2. Tennessee hit 1. You're at, I don't have the box score in front of me from the first game of the day, but you had 6 homers day 1. You had 3 homers in this game. So anyone who was talking about home runs in this park, please stop having that conversation. We've had that conversation enough. 28 each of the last 2 years, 13 homers in 13 games in the Big Ten tournament this year. The bats have livened up. The balls are juiced. You can hit homers in this park. That doesn't need to be a conversation anymore. So, awesome to see. Awesome to see Guidry get the homer. Not Guidry, excuse me. Gavin Dugas get the homer to get LSU on the board. Tigers pushed across another one in the third when they had a chance to get more. Then in the sixth, they got a couple of runs. I loved Braden Jobear's night tonight. He hit the ball hard every time he was up. He was 3 for 4, and the only time they got him out, he rocket launched one right at Andrew Lindsay, which hit off of Lindsay. They threw him out at first, but awesome to see. The thing, and I tweeted this during the game as well, one of the big differences between LSU and Tennessee is the bottom third of the order, is the bottom of the order, really. And when you look at Dugas, Jobear, Thompson, Pearson, Dugas was 1 for 3 with a homer. Jobear was 3 for 4 with 2 RBI. He was a single away from the cycle. Pearson was 1 for 4, came up big again tonight. You scored a run for you. When you look at your runs, of your 6 runs, Jobear scored, Dugas, Jobear scored twice, and so 4 of your 6 runs came from your 6, 7, 8, 9 hole hitters. So the big difference, man, in this ball game is LSU hits 1 through 9. You saw it again tonight, and they backed up Skenes. So awesome outing by Paul Skenes. And Tennessee is they were a great team a year ago. They replaced their full 1 through 9 this year, and they were just not up to the task of beating Paul Skenes. I love that if you listen to AFR this week, we had Todd Walker on, and I love this comment Todd made. When we had Todd on before the Kentucky series as well, and we talked about he's facing a team twice, and he said, I'm paraphrasing, but Todd said, when you see a pitcher multiple times, the advantage goes to the hitter, because you become more familiar, more comfortable with what you see. So the more you see a pitcher, the advantage goes hitter. And so I asked him about that again this week when we had Todd on before Tennessee. I was like, you mentioned advantage hitter, so Tennessee's seen Skenes once. He's like, I mean, it's true. He said, but it didn't matter how many times I saw Randy Johnson. Like, he was just better than me. And you saw it again tonight. Paul Skenes is just better than Tennessee. He's better than everybody he's going to face, which is why when you hand the ball to Paul Skenes, you feel like LSU is going to win every time you hand the ball to Paul Skenes. So I'm going to get to a lot of your comments here. I have them all logged. I'm going to go through them. We'll hang out. It's 9:48. You know what? The old one, I'm chunking it into the fire pit. Threw it. I got a fire pit back. I don't know if you can see it. It's a wood fire pit. So I threw the old cigar into the fire pit. Let's light a new one. To new beginnings, ladies and gents. To new beginnings. By the way, big shout out to Don Juan Cigar Bar and Don Juan Cigar Company. It's where I got the Cohiba Blue. So let's pop open. Oops, my bad. Let's pop open the Cohiba Blue. Beautiful. Little punch on it. Cortland Jacob, Nick Frugier, what's going on? Nick says, Skenes, in my eyes, easily the best pitcher ever to put on the purple and gold. I'll tell you this, man. Paul Skenes, there are 3. There are 3 in the conversation in the history of this program. There are 3. It's Ben McDonald. It's Aaron Nola. Excuse me. And it's Paul Skenes. And, Paul Skenes is I think Aaron Nola had a better college career than did Ben McDonald. Ben was the better arm talent. Nola had the better career. But look, Nola was the 7th pick of the draft, so it's not like he was a schlub. I mean, but Ben threw 100. And a different era as well. Paul Skenes has had a better season and is a better arm talent than both. So Paul Skenes, this is the best season we've ever seen from an LSU pitcher. I don't know how there's even a debate about that anymore. And it's no disrespect to the other 2. Ben McDonald was the 1st pick of the draft, and Aaron Nola was the 7th pick of the draft. Both were big league starters and pieces of rotations, and Nola's still pitching and is going to get a 9-figure contract this offseason. So you're comparing supermodels. Like, which is your favorite supermodel? I mean, you're splitting hairs, but yes, I think Paul Skenes has established himself as the best arm talent and having had the best season ever for an LSU pitcher. I think that's fair to say. Michael Merritt, Trey Earl, Damon Gilmore, Trey Day, what's going on? Joe D, Cortland Jacob. I was a hit away with running in scoring position from getting the score right. Well, like I said, Cajun Country, can we curse? Yes. We can only not curse on Morning Scone. If you're new to the channel, thank you. 985 of you watching. I love all of you. Thank you so much. Please smash the like button. If you're new, subscribe up to the channel. JG said, Matt, I'm begging you to talk football. That feels like a joke from Morning Scone today, and shout out to you. Brennan, so we do not curse on Morning Scone. Morning Scone is family time. It is kids waking up. It's breakfast. It's bringing your kids to school. It is good, wholesome, G-rated family content. When night has fallen, whiskey has been poured, cigars have been lit, and the Tigers beat the shit out of Tennessee in Omaha to move to 1-0, you're goddamn right we can curse. So please, by all means, curse away. No judgment here whatsoever. Brennan Huff, Tyler Clavel, Alan Black, Landon Miller, Arion Williams. I love the frogs. I love it. All about sports. What's going on? Jeb Whitley, Trivia Carter. Thanks for being here, y'all. Weston Weaver, let's talk about that velo. Don't think I heard about that enough tonight. You know, here's the thing, Weston, and this is going to be tough. Like, this is tough for... It's tough for LSU baseball fans when you've watched this baseball team all year. And then you go on a national stage like this, you got to remember, and I know as hard as this is, those guys calling the games, and 99.98% of the people watching have not watched LSU this year. Like, as much as we obsess about college baseball and LSU baseball, nationally, people don't. They watch the College World Series. So this is a great way to engage people. So for a lot of people, for a lot of baseball fans, this was the first time they've ever seen Paul Skenes pitch. So yeah, all the announcers just talking about his velo and everything, like, just enjoy it. Enjoy that a national audience got to see your dude tonight. Someone asked what I'm sipping on. Shout out to my guy, Joe Juba. Barrel Bourbon, the gray label. If you're not familiar with Barrel, Barrel produces high-end spirits. If it's Armida, if it's Dovetail, this is the gray label, the craft spirits. Barrel does an awesome job. And Joe sent me this one. I was happy to crack it open tonight with an LSU win. But if you ever get a chance to pick up a barrel bourbon, barrel pick, so like a store pick of barrel bourbon, highly recommend it. It's probably going to run you $100 thereabouts, 80 to $100, but it is worth it. Check out Barrel. We are over 1,000 watching. God bless y'all, man. I love it. I love it. Go Tigers. Pour what you got in your glass. Raise what you got in your glass. Let's see. Jeb Whitley, essentially they preserve the entire bullpen. Yeah, but that's what you do with Paul Skenes, right? And I know there's another thing I want to talk about too, which was very interesting with how the first game played out. So if you were watching the first game, you were probably, like me, just praying for Stanford to beat Wake Forest. Stanford did a very interesting thing today. Stanford held Quinn Matthews. Now, Quinn Matthews got a lot of headlines this week because in the regional final, he threw 156 pitches just a few days after throwing 66 pitches. The super regional final. So the workload for Quinn Matthews got a lot of conversation. But Quinn Matthews is a dude. He's a 6'5" lefty who on the season has thrown 120 innings. He's got an ERA of 3.6. He's struck out 152 in 120 innings pitched. He's a dude. He is Stanford's ace. Stanford, because Matthews had been so worked in the regional, held him against Wake Forest. And they damn near won today against Wake Forest. Had to come back bottom 8 to rally bottom 8 to beat Stanford. So my point is, Had Stanford beaten Wake Forest, LSU without Paul Skenes would have had to face Stanford with Quinn Matthews. So what I'm telling you is I would rather LSU on Monday, which is what's going to happen, face Wake Forest than Stanford with Quinn Matthews. So I'm not telling you that facing Wake Forest, who overtook LSU as the #1 team in the look at T-Bob. I knew I should have done this on Zoom, and I almost fired this up on Zoom so I could bring people on. Let me see if I can. Where's T-Bob? Hold on. Let me see if it lets me invite him. God. I was going to bring T-Bob on. Y'all almost did it too. I almost did this on Zoom so I could bring on guests, and I would have brought T-Bob on. Shit. Sorry, T. Hope you're having a good vacation, man. By the way, no, I'm not. Michael McNett said restart. I'm not restarting. There's 1,100 people watching. I am not shutting this down and restarting. I'm not doing it. So no. If T-Bob wants to come over to my house, he can come on here, but I'm not restarting. I'm not doing it. Okay. Where was I? We were talking about, by the way, T-Bob. He says he's not T-Bob. Okay, good. He says he's not, no, he says he's not T-Bob. Okay, good. He says he's not T-Bob. So that's not T-Bob. Okay, good. He said he's not T-Bob. So. I'm T-Boob. It's T-Boob. Okay, I'm sorry. I got everybody hot and bothered. It's not T-Bob. I see it now. It's T-Boob. I'm sorry. It's not T-Bob. Stop asking me to restart the stream. We're not restarting the fucking stream, okay? It's T-Boob. It's a parody account. Okay, my apologies. Didn't mean to get everybody excited. Okay. Anyway, I was talking about Stanford's pitcher or whatever. LSU's going to play Wake Forest on Monday. We'll circle back here, talk about this game in a second. If you'll allow me a brief moment, I would love to remind you about Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. There was hail all over Baton Rouge today, St. Francisville, downtown, all parts. If you had hail today, I would implore you, please, let us come do a free no-obligation roofing inspection. This is how you can thank me for doing this. The link is pinned in the chat. Just click the link, fill out the form, let us come do a free no-obligation roofing inspection, or email me, matt@hudcoroofing.com, matt@hudcoroofing.com. I will personally facilitate for you. So would love to help you out. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Okay. All right, let's get back to your comments. But yes, so Jeb mentioned preserve the entire bullpen. Yes, you preserve the bullpen. Guidry threw one pitch. Cooper can pitch every game of the series. He's got a rubber arm. You didn't have to go to Hurd, which was fantastic. I'll remind you again, Skip's old adage. You've heard me say it. By the time you get to Omaha, you're really down to about 6 guys you trust. Skenes. Count them with me. Skenes. Floyd. Hurd. Cooper. Guidry. Ackenhausen. 6. Those are the 6 guys you trust. And if you need to go beyond that, Herring, Coleman, a couple of lefties who you could go to. The other thing also, I'm not sure if you saw it, but when they had in the 8th, when they had Guidry and Cooper up, they also had Bryce Collins like doing calisthenics, getting loose. So again, Collins and Cooper are the only 2 players that on this LSU team that have pitched in the College World Series. So maybe Jay might lean toward having an opportunity for Bryce Collins. We'll see. I'm going to maintain that that's only something where you're up 10, down 10, you go to Bryce Collins, but we'll see. Samuel Ayers, we scored more points. Prickly Magoo, Irfan Sayad, Matt Plavidal, what's up? Mike McNett, Alex Clark. Rosie Kammerer, what's up? Joshua Forbes. Joe Juba's watching. I knew it. Joe, I'm repping, bro. I'm repping. I got you, dog. I told you I would. I got it tonight. Let's see. Storm DeWitt, John Boudreaux, 1 down, 4 to go. Jello shots here. What do y'all think about the Jello shot challenge? It's funny because it's really an insignificant thing. By the way, David said, love your all-time top 3, but Lloyd Peaver was the National Pitcher of the Year in 1992. By the way, love Lloyd Peaver. I've met Lloyd, gotten to know him a little bit over my years doing radio. He was a one-year guy like Skenes, was undefeated in 1992 and was an All-American, the National Pitcher of the Year. And I think even Lloyd, by his own admission, would tell you he's not Paul Skenes or Ben McDonald or Aaron Nola. Lloyd Peaver deserves to be recognized for the season he had in 92. Absolutely. But Lloyd, you're talking about Ben McDonald, Aaron Nola, Paul Skenes, all of whom are top 10 picks in the draft. Logan Elrod, can I come swimming if we win the Natty? You know what? Maybe I'll do. Maybe I'll do like an invite only. Like I can't invite 1,132 people to my house. Can't do it. But maybe we can do like an invite only party. Yeah, them frogs is getting it on, dog. Y'all hear that shit? Oh. Y'all want to go find your boy? Hang on. Let's go find him. Let's see where he is. I bet he's behind that chair. It's like the Wild Kingdom back here, bro. I was back down. I see him. Anyway, it's just getting wild back here, dog. Happy Father's Day to all the dads, too. Incidentally. Shout out to my brother-in-law, Jeff Delafano. Del Outdoor. You love our outdoor area? Del Outdoor. Del Outdoor. Shout out. All right. Here we go. All right, let's get back. I just ordered the Stravinsky shirt. You know what's amazing, though? Like, even on a night where Hayden Stravinsky was 0 for 3, Cade Beloso was 0 for 3, you still managed to bang out 10 hits, score 6 runs against Tennessee's #1 guy on the mound with Andrew Lindsey. So you got to love this team, man. It's why they are going to be a tough out for anybody. Because even if there's a day or a night where LSU, the pitching staff isn't at their best, they can always slug their way to a win. Gulf South, what's up, man? Christopher Fry, are we re-peaking or peaking at the right time? I get the whole conversation about peaking at the right time, and I think there's merit to it. Like, I'm not going to completely dismiss that. But more than anything, I don't know that I would say it's peaking at the right time. I think it's more to say, like, can a team go to Omaha and not be overwhelmed by the moment or by the setting? I think more than anything, that's probably the question we need to ask. And LSU answered that tonight. I mean, did y'all see the crowd? The crowd, like, some people were asking this morning, like, on Morning Scone, would it be, 70-30 LSU? I mean, it was probably more than that. And the reason is, like, Kyle Gaia, worst team in college baseball, can't bunt and didn't win enough midweek games. Cheers. But what I would point out is, like, LSU has obviously an absurd amount of fans there. It's kind of a birthright for LSU to be in Omaha. Fans go and they take over. But the people in Omaha also love LSU. So even like neutral people in Omaha are going to put on their purple and gold and cheer for LSU because they love LSU going there. So, because over the last 35 years, LSU's developed such deep roots there with the people of Omaha and business owners and everything. So even the locals are pulling for LSU. So you're going to have this overwhelming sort of like home crowd advantage when LSU's in Omaha, which is really cool. Let's see. Fonz. I only want to hear Ben and Kyle as announcers ever. The couple that were on tonight was garbage. Well, Kyle Peterson was one of them tonight. It was Kyle and Chris Burke, who were awesome, by the way. So I was perfectly fine with tonight's group. Reed rules Scone. Did Skenes put himself number 1 overall after tonight? Reed, you got to remember, man, that's not the conversation that teams are having. They're not going to look at one game and make a determination of who they're going to pick number 1 overall. Pittsburgh has the number 1 pick, and they're going to look at signability, what it's going to cost, and do you want a pitcher or do you want a position player? Yes, Skenes is MLB ready. You heard Kyle Peterson and Burke talk about that tonight. In theory, if you're a team that is going to make the postseason, you could put Paul Skenes in your bullpen now. You can draft him in July, and by August, have him in your bullpen. So, that makes perfect sense. But again, what's a guy's number? You're looking at signability. And then you're looking at, do you want a position player that's going to play every day? Or do you want a pitcher that's going to pitch every 5th day? And that's the question that has to be asked. And my guess is Pittsburgh is going to take Cruz. And what I've been told by scouts that I trust implicitly is that Washington is actually hoping Pittsburgh takes Cruz because Washington wants Skenes because they will have him in their rotation next year. They'll get 6 years of big league service time out of him before he through arbitration and everything before he hits free agency, and then they'll either make a decision to trade him or let somebody else pay him. So, Alex DeVilliers, wonder why Jay went with Guidry first. So, Alex, for those that missed it, talked about it when we first came on here. I tweeted at the time, I love the decision to go with Guidry, and I still do. Again, baseball is a game of failure. You have to have sound logic behind the decisions you make, and you live with the results. You had Ensley coming up, who is a righty. You had a righty and a lefty in the bullpen. You went with the righty. Guidry has been balls out for you. He has shown no problem whatsoever in big moments, and he's also a breaking ball pitcher, so you know he's going to keep the ball down and is not likely to give up a homer. Well, he left a breaking ball up with his first pitch, and Ensley crushed it. Tip your cap. But it was the right decision in that moment to go to Guidry. Well, pull Guidry after that, and they went to Cooper, and Cooper got him the final 4 outs. So, okay. I don't blame Jay for going with Guidry. I thought Guidry was the right decision in that moment to go get an out and get you out of the 8th. But it's what it is. Delta Whiskey, what's going on? Ryan Thibodeau, did Wake use a ton of pitchers? So Wake had the rain delay today, excuse me. Well, that's weird. I'm sorry, one moment. Smash the like button if you would, please. Subscribe up to the channel. 1143 watching. I fucking love the College World Series. I love that y'all love this as much as I do. I love that y'all are all in here, man. I'm fired up, man. We saw Kim Mulkey win a championship in year 2, and Jay Johnson and the Tigers today took a massive step toward doing the same today. You just have to win your first 2 games in Omaha. You saw the graphic they put up there, 27 of the last 32 champions won their first 2 games. I mean, it just, in this format, it is so important to win your first 2 games in Omaha. Okay, so Wake started Rhett Lauder, who's their ace, the long-haired guy. And Lauder went 5 1/3, then they had the lightning delay. And they were down at that moment. After that, they went to Sean Sullivan, who threw 25 pitches. Seth Keener got the win. And then Camden Menaki came in and finished off, pitched the 9th, got the save. So through 10 pitches. So they used 3 pitchers out of relief. All 3, in theory, would be available all three would be available against LSU on Monday. So in the same way that Guidry or Cooper would be available, no different here for Wake. You will see. My apologies. Come on, load. Pop-ups. I hate pop-ups. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. There we go. So LSU's likely going to see Josh Hartle on Monday, with Louder going today for Wake. Hartle's another lefty. I'll give you a stat line on the season for those interested. He has thrown 96 1/3 innings. He's got an ERA of 2.8, so he's been a dude. 131 strikeouts and 96 1/3 innings pitched. So you're talking about what amounts to another ace, and this is a lefty. So for all that people have talked about LSU struggling to hit lefties, which is actually kind of a bogus fan narrative and talking point, we're going to see. But I think it's less to do with the lefty and more to do with the fact that he's just the dominant pitcher that you're going to see on Monday. So you'll need a really good outing from Ty Floyd, and you're going to need the bats to show up in a big way. Reaper 08 says chances Paul pitches again. So the chances went up that you see Paul Skenes pitch again. So we've gone through this, but I'll run through the scenarios again. So if you win Monday, you're off Tuesday, and you play Wednesday. And then someone would have to beat you Wednesday and Thursday. If you lose Monday, you got to come back and win on Tuesday, then beat Wake Forest on Wednesday, and then beat Wake Forest again on Thursday. If you get to the Thursday, if necessary game, if you lose and have to play Thursday, Skenes could throw on 4 days rest on Thursday to either put you into the championship series and save your season. If you win Monday and then win on Wednesday, you're in the championship series with Thursday, Friday off. Skenes pitches Saturday, the first day of the championship series. So as long as you don't lose your next two, you will likely see Skenes again. Celebrating over there, bro. Matthew Rhodes, all I hear Vols fans complaining about the ump. Hey, what's so funny about that is on Friday's AFR, Musso and I were talking about this, and he was complaining that the strike zone's been the size of a postage stamp this year. And I said, hey, like, I watch every game. Like, I watch literally every game, and I watch not just LSU. I haven't seen some, like, gross, dramatic change in the strike zone. Some umpires are more narrow. Some umpires have a little wider zone. Old boy tonight had a little bit of a wider zone, and he called it consistently both ways. So, okay, he was calling breaking pitches up for both pitchers. Okay, I got news for you, Tennessee. You struck out 12 fucking times. Kick rocks, assholes. Let's see. Ronnie Duga, I was in and out of the room where they suggesting LSU should shut Skenes down. I don't think so, no. I didn't hear that. No. The conversation about shutting Skenes down was when he gets drafted. I mean, LSU was up 5-0, and they were just coming up with talking points. And so they were having the conversation about when someone drafts Skenes. So typically when a player gets drafted in July, they go play rookie ball. So for the rest of the summer, they go play rookie ball in their farm system. They would go to like, low A ball and play rookie ball for the rest of the summer. What they were saying is, whoever drafts Paul Skenes, don't send Paul Skenes to rookie ball. Shut him down and get him ready for spring training in February, because he is going to be on your big league roster opening day of 2024. That's what they were saying. They weren't saying shut him down now. They were talking about when he's drafted, the team that drafts him. And the question is, if a team that drafts him, let's say Pittsburgh drafts him 1, hypothetically, and Pittsburgh is in a playoff race, do you put Skenes in your bullpen day 1? Which, well, why not? Baby Bobby, Everett Himmel, your boy, Ajdadon, what up? Amy LeBlanc, Jeff McKithen, Landon Miller, Sonny's wife, Kyle Gallo, what's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all for being here. Eric Hammond. Let me just scroll to the bottom for those of y'all who are just here. 14 away from 1,200. I love it, y'all. Smash the like button. 428 likes, almost 1,200 watching. We need 10 more to get to 1,200. Smash that like button. I appreciate y'all. If you found this on Twitter, retweet it, share it. I love you for being here. Thank you so much. David St. Romain, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Donovan Adams. Donovan Morrill just joining. Should they have taken Paul out when they did? I'm okay with them making the decision to pull Skenes when they did. They let him pitch to Maui Ahuna, who he had overpowered the whole game. He gave up a soft single to Ahuna. You were heading into the middle of the lineup. Skenes would have been seeing them for a 5th time. I'm totally okay pulling him when they did. And I love the decision to go to Guidry. Guidry hung a breaking ball. Hensley crushed it. Tip your cap. Drew Alvarez, LSU's over 7,000 shots. Already, the Jello shots already. G Daddy said in the first game, Ben McDonald said the zone is tighter. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and argue a point that Ben McDonald might have made. Here's what I will tell you to that point. The SEC this year, the SEC this year started a procedure whereby after a game, they are grading each of their umpires based on K-zone, right? So they would look after the game with K-zone to see how accurate were your calls. So the theory is that caused some umpires this year in the SEC to tighten their zone because they know they're getting graded based on a different metric. I don't know that I noticed that across the landscape of college baseball all this season. That's the point I'm making, and you certainly didn't see that tonight. I love it. Gulf South, Tony Vitello's in the postgame said he didn't know what they did to him, but Dugas hates them because he's been great in all 4 games this year. Love to see it, man. You know, I know it's a point we've made many times. I'm glad you brought that up, Gulf South. Every LSU championship team has had guys like Gavin Dugas, guys like Cade Beloso, guys that were Louisiana guys that would cut off their fucking arm just to play for LSU. And I'm going to tell you this, and I knew about Gavin Dugas back then because this is a long story. I'll give it really, really short. Alden Cartwright, who, of course, pitched at LSU. Everybody knows Alden. He's been on the show. Alden had, in some of the youth league stuff, knew of Gavin, really pushed Paul Maneri to sign Gavin Dugas. Really was one of the guys that really pushed him, got him in there. Of course, Gavin did the work. But so Gavin was on my radar early because of Alden. And Gavin was great as a freshman, then got hurt, and he's been great throughout his career. He's battled a lot of injuries, but that's a dude that all he ever wanted was to play at LSU. Cade Beloso, Louisiana Player of the Year coming out of Curtis in 2018. Freshman in 2018. Stuck around, and look at what he's doing right now for you. Braden Jobert, Louisiana guy, went to Nichols, went to Delgado, came to LSU, could have left after last year, decided to come back, wasn't assured of a spot, and look at what he's doing right now. You had 4 hits tonight. Was he 4? He was, Jobert was 3 for 4 tonight with the homer, had 2 RBIs. It was awesome. The only time they got him out, he lined the ball off the friggin' pitcher's leg. which could have very easily gone into center field for a single, and he would have hit for the cycle. So I love it. I love seeing the Louisiana guys crush it. Ryan Dixon, what's good? Ryan Dixon, I got to message you, bro. Ryan Dixon, I bought raffle tickets for the Ducks Unlimited bourbon raffle, and I won a bottle. I won a Stag Junior. I don't win much in raffles, but 3 times in a raffle I have won a Stag Junior. So Ryan Dixon, you and I need to talk. Ryan, I'm a Weller 12 guy. I don't love Stag Junior. Ryan has a stash of Weller 12. So I'm going to trade him. Hopefully he's willing to trade me that Stag Junior for a Weller 12. Dave Ender still cussing West for calling a first pitch curveball. No, Dave. No. Gavin Guidry throws breaking balls. He throws his slider. It wasn't a curveball, it was a slider. And Guidry left it up. You throw, like, Mariano Rivera had 1 pitch. He had a cut fastball. He had 1 pitch. 1 fucking pitch. The greatest reliever in the history of baseball threw 1 pitch. Everybody knew that 1 pitch was coming every single time, and nobody could hit it. So, brother, I am not pissed in any way. You brought in Gavin Guidry knowing he is a dude that runs up 70% breaking balls. He's going up there to throw a breaking ball. It was good on good. The guy you view as your closer against their 2-hole hitter, righty-righty matchup, snapped the breaking ball. Guidry left it up. Like, it happens, man. Like, just tip your cap to the other guy. You can't look at it with hindsight and say that was a bad decision. It was the right decision. It was the right decision to bring in Gavin. It was the right decision to throw that pitch. You didn't execute the pitch, and they put a good swing on it. Like, that happens. That's okay. Jess Wiseman, Scone, you were looking for the frog. I'm watching live from Ecuador. Will Hildebrand, what's going on? Mad about to be in the Hitchcock movie. The frog's doing crazy stuff. Brett, Skenes has an automatic seat in the adopted children of Baton Rouge table right next to Burrow. We're witnessing greatness. You're witnessing the best pitcher we've ever seen at LSU. That's true. Joshua Denova, what's going on? Bren 7040 70403. Anytime we beat Tony Vitello in Tennessee, it's awesome. Look, I'll say this about Tennessee. They were the best team in college baseball last year by a mile. They were fucking awesome. And they completely shit the bed against Notre Dame in that super regional. They lost almost that entire team as far as their 1 through 9. And credit to this team that got there. A bunch of new guys that pulled together and made it to Omaha. Like, congrats to them. They went on the road and won a regional and went on the road and won a super regional. Like, congrats to them. But LSU's better. They played 4 times. LSU's 3-1 against them. Paul Skenes is 2-0 against them. LSU's best is better than their best. Like, LSU is a better team than Tennessee, and that's going to continue. Spurge. By the way, Kevin Harrell said, Matt, you are wrong. Umpires this year have been terrible. Kevin, I'm the guy who says all referees, umpires, officials in every sport are bad at their job. I'm the guy who says, I want robo-umps. I want K-zone. I want sky judge. I'm the one who shits on umpires, refs, officials all the time because they're all terrible at their job. You're missing the point. Yes, they're all bad at their job. My point is, especially in baseball, where a strike zone is something that's totally subjective to an old fat man standing behind a squatting college player looking at 100-mile-an-hour BB coming in has to make a split-second decision if it fit in a box. Like, fuck yeah, they're going to miss some. Like, but I'm not good with that. That's why I want K-Zone. You can expand K-Zone, whatever you want for college. I don't care. But, like, They're all bad at their job. I'm not defending umpires. I'm just saying, like, I don't think throughout the course of an entire season of watching baseball, I've seen strike zones shrink all year. And tonight was an example of that. Smash the like button. 1,100 watch, 1158. I'm not cheating you, 58. 1158 watching, 503 likes. Subscribe up to the channel if you're new, and please shout out Hudco. Hudco's pinned in the chat. I say this all, listen. Oblige me for 30 seconds, 20 seconds. So many times I've been approached by management about putting up paywalls on our content, and I repeatedly say, fuck no, I will never charge our audience for our content. We will always give away our content for free, and in so doing, we will have grand audiences who are loyal to us. We will have great sponsors who partner with us, and our people will support the people that support us. So I will never put up a paywall as long as I'm doing my own shit, as long as I'm program director of 104.5 ESPN. We'll always give away free content. The one ask is support the people that support us. I'm a partner in Hudco. You got a roof issue? Would love to help you out. Hudco's pinned in the chat. That might have been longer than 15 seconds. My apologies. It was longer. My bad. Danny Jackson, Hal Jubin, what's going on? Merrick Mathern, Mike Graham, Matt. Is it not a thing to think if we that if we lose on Monday, Paul would come potentially save a game on Tuesday? There's no chance he pitches Tuesday. So Paul Skenes threw 100 and I'll walk through this for you. Who was that who asked it? It was Mike Graham. Okay, Mike, let's walk through this, okay? So Paul Skenes tonight threw 123 pitches. The shortest rest we have seen Skenes on all year has been 5 days, right? Typically you pitch every 7th day, so you pitch on 6 days rest, so Friday to Friday. Twice this year we've seen Skenes go on 5 days rest, against Tennessee in the regular season and against Georgia. He pitched on Friday. The next series started on Thursday, so he went on 5 days rest, shoved both times. In Major League Baseball, for starting pitchers, short rest is 3 days rest. So even if you were talking about a guy that was conditioned for a Major League season, the earliest you would see him pitch after throwing on Saturday would be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday rest, Wednesday. Wednesday would be the shortest rest you could conceivably even think of throwing Paul Skenes back on the mound. So, and remember, if LSU is in the winner's bracket, if they beat Wake Forest on Monday, they're off Tuesday, then play again on Wednesday. You win that one, you've got a fully rested Skenes for the championship series on Saturday. So I think the soonest we could conceivably see Paul Skenes again is Thursday in an elimination game, where if you don't win it, your season's over. If you win it, you're in the championship series. I think that's the earliest conceivably you could see Paul Skenes again. The frogs sound like crying ball fans. Love it. Let's see. Ooh. Damn, sorry. So, let's see. I will talk about this, Samuel. Samuel said, talk about Paul Maneri interviewing at Miami. So, earlier today, this news broke from Kendall Rogers, look, Kendall's the best. Kendall is Adam Schefter. Kendall is Woj. Kendall is, in college baseball, the best. Every coach in college baseball knows him and respects him. They all talk to him. If Kendall is telling you something, take it to the bank. He's the best. So Kendall reported Maneri's going to interview with Miami. I'm not surprised. There were rumors last offseason that Notre Dame was interested in talking to Mainieri after Link Jarrett took the Florida State job. Paul Mainieri didn't want to quit. He didn't want to. He didn't want to quit coaching. I'm going to hesitate to call it a forced retirement, but I think it was one of those things where they looked around and realized that at LSU, it was time. And not just because Paul, like he'd been here a long time and you had a new AD, and you hadn't been to Omaha since 2017, but also Mainieri had this like debilitating neck thing, which we've talked about. You see him in the dugout and he would always be like grimacing. And people always said Mainieri looked so pained and anguished. He was. Dude was in terrible pain. Like, and I love Coach. Like, I'm a Paul Mainieri fan. Y'all know that. I have, when a lot of LSU fans would be critical, I was the guy that stood up over and over and over again and said, this isn't the 90s. It's not. It's a different era of baseball. That dude has won a national title, went to Omaha 5 times. He was a national seed 6 consecutive years. It's only happened one other time. All you can do is recruit and put your guys in the best position to have your postseason, go through the box, and get to Omaha. And Paul did that time and time again. I wouldn't be surprised if he took the Miami job. That's a good job. I hope, but I'll say this, I hope he doesn't. I hope he does not. He and his wife Karen just built a new home in Baton Rouge. But sometimes guys have that itch that they got to scratch. We see it all the time with coaches. Mac Brown's in his 70s, was retired doing TV, jumped back in to go coach at North Carolina. Bob Stoops was retired, back in the XFL or whatever it was. Like, some dudes just can't stay out, man. It's just, they are coaches. If they're not coaching, they don't know what they're going to do. So, let's see. Derek Matthews, y'all realize we've witnessed the 2 best athletes in recent memory at LSU, Skenes and Burrow. Amazing how effortless Skenes is. Look at all these, man. Storm DeWitt, Reed Rule, Roy Henry, ML Fody, D Gen X450, Murder Giraffe. What's going on? I love the Rally Frogs posts. Y'all are awesome. Thanks for watching. James Charles. Do you prefer the old way the College World Series Championship was played? I do. Old boy is right there behind that. Look, old boy is like right here behind this couch. That's a broom right there. But old boy is making the noise is like right here behind this couch. I don't know what he got going on there. He's right. He's on the wall. He's on the wall right behind there. That's his mating call, dog. He's getting down and dirty at night, bro. Good for him. Good. Hopefully he's a dad and he's making that noise. He's getting him a little bit. And hopefully all the dads here on Father's Day weekend getting him a little bit too, bro. Get y'all something like that. Get y'all something. James Charles asked about the format. So, yes, I love the drama of a one-game winner-take-all championship. I also look at college baseball. When you build your team with roster limits, you build around the format of playing 4 games in a week. Your 3-game weekend series and your midweek game, where the midweek game is used to get guys experience and you set up your rotation for the weekend. College baseball rosters are not built to come out of a loser's bracket in Omaha under this format. In 2017, it was more doable because you had more off days. The problem with the new old format, the 2017 format, was when the championship series went Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you started on a Friday. You started on Saturday and went all the way potentially through the next Wednesday. You had too much downtime. It wasn't a good TV product. It went too long. So it wasn't good for fans. Fans coming around the country, coming to Omaha, how do you stay there with all that downtime, off days and everything? It was a fairer format, but it wasn't more conducive. The format they had prior was a better format for fans, where you had the one-game winner-take-all championship. Now, of course, a national championship series, a 2 out of 3, is more fair. Like, you're going to get to throw Paul Skenes in a championship series. Now, if LSU, under the old format, had won 3 games and made it to the championship series or championship game, they'd have thrown Skenes again. But, yes, to answer your question, I liked it better as the... It's fairer the way it is now with a championship series. For college baseball, the way rosters are built, it was better before. Because now, in theory, you're going to see guys deep in your bullpen pitching meaningful games at the end of the College World Series. That's not great for college baseball. Omaha 23. Monday is the ever-loving tell-all of the CWS. Of course it is. It's the same as a marble game of a regional. The winner's bracket game. If you go 2-0, you're rested and someone has to play again and then come back and beat you twice. So, Monday did it, bro. You got it's the game every college baseball fan wanted to see all year. LSU, Wake Forest. Wish we could have seen it in the championship series. They're on the same side of the bracket. You're going to see it on Monday. You're going to see LSU Wake Forest on Monday. Can LSU go and beat Wake Forest? Can Ty Floyd win that game on Monday for LSU? Move LSU to 2-0. If so, LSU's in the championship series with Skenes going on Saturday in game 1 of this championship series, and LSU's going to win its 7th national title. If you lose to Wake Forest, you're toast. You maybe you come back on Tuesday and win, but then you'd have to come back and beat Wake Forest Wednesday and again on Thursday, and you just don't have enough pitching to do it. So you got to win on Monday. You've taken care of 50% of the challenge, which was winning your first 2 games. You won tonight. Ty Floyd's got to go shove on Monday. Ty Floyd has to go shove on Monday. And by the way, Stanford's number 2 completely handcuffed Wake Forest today. Brett says, until proven otherwise, I think Wake Forest looks good because of who they played all season. I ain't buying it. I do believe there is total validity to the argument that they haven't been challenged. The ACC, which is traditionally a good baseball league, was not good this year. The ACC was bad this year. So, okay, ACC was bad this year. Wake Forest dominated. Tip your cap for dominating a bad league. Were they like USC in the 2000s in the Pac-10? Awful league. They dominated, but they were awesome. Barrel Gray Label. Magnificent. Get that glue off of there. I'm going to make this bottle look ugly. Get that glue off there. Anyway. But you also can't deny that when you are so overwhelmingly dominant against your competition, you have to respect that. And Wake's a great team, man. They are a great team. LSU is a more talented baseball team than Wake Forest. LSU has more guys that are going to be drafted higher than Wake Forest does. Noah Lejeune said the Seaman Deacons. That's a T-Bob joke. Let's see. Jude McLaren. So that's a good question from Jeff Eckermeyer. Jeff said, okay, I've answered this a bunch, but I'll answer it again. Thank y'all for being here too, man. I know we just have continuously new people dropping off, coming on. So thank you so much for being here to everybody who's here. Jeff Eckermeyer said, aside from Skenes, how would you rate Wes Johnson's year at LSU? So, I think he's done a magnificent job. Let me qualify this, okay? Because I know some of you, I want to tread carefully here. I believe, and I'm not going to poo-poo, considering LSU's just won a game of the College World Series, they're in the winner's bracket, everyone's excited, and so I'm not poo-pooing, but I want to be honest with you. I want to answer your question honestly. I believe with LSU baseball fans, there is an awful echo chamber. It's not new. It's not just this year. It's something we see often. If you're on message boards or chat rooms or texts with your buddies at work or whatever, I think, by and large, there are these narratives that get told that people just believe. A year ago, it was Jordan Thompson stinks at shortstop. And at the beginning of the year, he did. He committed a lot of errors. The second half of the year, he was magnificent. But every time in the second half of the year, he'd kick a ball or make an error and throw, you go, I see he stinks. But you would ignore all the good things that he did. I'm not saying you individual, I'm just saying you, plural, universal, you understand. One of those things this year, can't hit in the clutch. Can't hit in the clutch. Y'all, LSU baseball, LSU baseball in 2023, in the Southeastern Conference, the best league in America. Number 1 in batting average, number 1 in slugging, number 1 in on-base percentage, number 1 in runs scored, number 1 in hits, number 1 in RBI, number 2 in triples, number 3 in doubles, number 1 in homers, number 1 in total bases, number 1 in plate appearances, number 3 in at-bats, 3 in walks, 2 in hit by pitch. You get the point. LSU's offense is really fucking good. When you put that many guys on base, you're going to leave guys on base. If you zero in on moments when they have runners on base and they don't come through, you ignore the times they do come through, which illustrates the numbers that they have, which are fucking awesome. They score more runs and have more RBI than anybody. Well, you do that when you have guys on base. So the LSU can't hit in the clutch narrative is fucking stupid. Similar was the bullpen thing this year. Now, I believe two things. Number one, that was magnified because Paul Skenes was so good. We looked at Skenes, and he's so dominant, and you're so comfortable watching Paul Skenes, and you give the ball to anybody else, they're not Paul Skenes, you're like, it's such a dramatic change. Now, the number two is, if I look at ERAs in the league this year, Tennessee led the league this year with a 3.62 ERA. No other team in the league, nobody, no other team in the conference had a staff ERA under 4. LSU's staff ERA was 6th in the SEC out of a 14-team league. So my point is, they weren't as bad as a lot of times the fan narrative made them out to be. And I know that the counter argument is, well, take Skenes out of that, and you don't fucking take Skenes out of that. Take Sproat away from Florida. Take Dolander or Lindsey away from Tennessee. Take everybody's number one away from them. How do they look? It's going to look dramatically different for everybody. So, that's true every season, every year for every team. The other part that's also true is you've had guys this year that had struggles that have also... Riley Cooper's had his struggles this year. He was awesome tonight. He's been awesome in the postseason. Ty Floyd has looked bad this year. Has looked awesome this year. Thatcher Hurd, pretty terrible first half of the year. Awesome since the end of April. So the other thing that I think you've got to keep in mind, again, it's a long answer to your question, Jeff, but I want to give you context. And I have the opportunity here because I'm drinking whiskey, smoking a cigar. We're all just hanging out listening to frogs fuck. But in the fall, I talked to a buddy who's a scout who is one of the most respected people in baseball. Like, people in baseball know this person, but if I said his name here, no one would know who he is. That's fine. That's the way a lot of those guys want it. This person told me in the fall, that Grant Taylor was neck and neck with Paul Skenes. In the fall. Grant Taylor was throwing 98 to 100, and he was neck and neck with Paul Skenes for the best pitcher on the staff. You got 0 innings out of Grant Taylor this year. He would have been your number 2. You would have gone Skenes-Taylor this year. You got nothing out of Grant Taylor. Towards UCL, Tommy John, done. Your 2 best relievers this year were Garrett Edwards, who was told in the fall, you're not guaranteed a roster spot, you have to come earn it. Wes Johnson built Garrett Edwards, helped build Garrett Edwards into your most reliable reliever. And Chase Shores, true freshman throwing 100, who was your second best reliever. You lost your second best starter and your top 2 relievers. Take away from Tennessee, or any team, their number 2 starter and their top 2 relievers, what does that do to a pitching staff? Anybody. Then you look at Hurd coming off the back injury, the development he had this year. Gavin Guidry, who was playing middle infield in the fall, the development he's made this year. And you can look around and go, yeah, they did a really good job. There's a reason the University of Georgia hired Wes Johnson to be their head coach, because he's really fucking good. And the fan narrative around LSU was dumb. It was dumb. I heard it all. The bullpen sucks, bullpen this or that. Like, context matters. And if all you do is magnify the failures, you're going to notice a lot of failures, because pitchers in the bullpen don't have a 100% success rate. Mariano Rivera is the best closer ever. He blew saves. It happens. It's fucking baseball. But when you look up and you're the best offense in the country, and without your number 2 starter and your 2 best relievers, you've got the 6th best staff ERA in the SEC, the toughest league in America, where the balls are juiced, the bats are juiced again, and everybody's hitting. Nobody's got an ERA under 4. Like, yeah, he did well. He did really well. And the kids love him, too. Cortland, Matt, those 2 Arkansas lefty pitchers leave a shell shock. They're great lefties. Hagen Smith and Hunter Holland are awesome pitchers. Tip your cap. And the kid you're going to see from Wake Forest on Monday is an awesome lefty. LSU's got Dylan Cruz is a great hitter. Tommy White, Trey Morgan, great hitters. Braden Joubert, Hayden Travinsky, Cade Beloso, Gavin Dugas have been in college baseball for 5 years. Go hit him. Go hit him. Matt Dunn, love the Cooper catch to end the game. Yes, sir. That was great. How about Tommy White's catch in the first inning? How different might this, we haven't talked a ton just about this game, but how different might this game have been tonight? In the first inning, top of the first inning, with a runner on, line drive right at Tommy White, and he was shaded perfectly. If he's not shaded perfectly, that's a double. Maybe the run scores from first. Worst case, best case, you've got second and third, 1 out. So now maybe Skenes comes back and strikes out the next 2 guys, which he very well could have done, but could have been a very different scenario. Let's see. Joe Pa, what's good? Joey Painich. Love my guy, man. Joe Pa, 1996 national champion. Joe Pa, I think I ask this all the time. I think Joe Pa was on 97 as well. I can't remember if Joe Pa was a 2-time national champion or if he was just on the 96. Just on the 96. Here we go, Joe Pa. Out of West Monroe. Won't hold that against you, Joe Pa. Love you. There's no biographical info on LSUsports.net. But anyway, Joey Payne, a chat tip, former Tiger, great national champion. Love to see you there, Joe Pa. Louder's wig is awful. No way he can see the runner on first one in the stretch. Love it. Dennis Guidry, what's going on? Samuel Ayers. John Stamos, Tiger Diver. John Higdon, what's your favorite cigar? Also, how about Trey Morgan stretching at first? Trey Morgan was awesome tonight. Made 2 phenomenal plays. The first one, when they went to review, when his foot was on the top of the bag, was stunning. You could see Morgan coming off the bag, or coming off the field saying, I pushed off, meaning like he pushed off the bag. So he knew he had the ball in his glove and pushed off the bag. And he was right. But Trey Morgan's awesome, man. Now, you could also put Travinsky at first, who's 6'5", and he doesn't have to be Inspector Gadget with his go-go gadget arms because he's taller. But yeah, Trey Morgan's awesome. Let's see. Brett said, this is a biased and homerism take, but LSU's the only team that came in the first round with swagger and a giant set of balls. Let's go. You would anticipate the higher seeds being able to take command. Wake didn't do that. Florida didn't do that. TCU didn't do that. Now, you could also flip it and say Wake and Florida coming back the way they did is really impressive. And it was. But yeah, man, the LSU was up 5-0 on that team. And I was behind Paul Skenes. Now, the whole dynamic changes when you don't have 20 on the bump. So let's see how they do Monday. Smash the like button if you would. I would love it. Can we get... All right. 1,031 people watching live. We're at 602 likes. I'm sure I'm just doing math here. There has to be 397 people watching who have not yet hit the like button. So if you're on mobile, X out of the live chat, hit the thumbs up, just hit live chat again. The comments come right back. Would love it if you would do that. And if you're new, please subscribe up to the channel. I do a show literally every single morning called Morning Scone right here. Post-game stuff, we go live right here. Would love it if you would follow along. So thank you so much. Okay. John said, what's your favorite cigar? John, so I love, God, I got put on to the Churchill by Davidoff a few weeks back. Love that. But I don't know that I can tell you I'm so well versed in cigars that I can tell you like what my favorite is. I typically don't like something that's too dark and robust. If I hadn't drinking 2 glasses of whiskey, I probably could have told you one other one that I'm really high on, but I'm blanking right now, so my bad on that. The frogs fucking over there kind of got me a little off my game, not gonna lie to you. Kyle Gallo, I'm here for the World Jello Shot Contest commentary. Jeremy Fontana, should throw a party somewhere in public. We all get together, watch this together. We're going to the finals. Well, I'll tell you this, Jeremy. I know that Don Juan wanted us back tonight, but T-Bob is at the beach with his family. So we would have been doing whiskey and wine tonight from Don Juan, but T-Bob's gone. So, in respect, do your family thing and all that stuff. But my guess is if LSU is in the championship series next weekend, we'll be at Don Juan. So if LSU's in the championship series next weekend, y'all make plans to be with us. My guess is Saturday will be when Skenes is pitching, we'll be at Don Juan. Joe D, what's going on? Look forward to the post-game content more than the games. Love it. Less is more. CPD09, how are you feeling about Wake's lefty? They're probably going to start him against LSU. Do you think the bats will make it Monday? Typically, so here's the really interesting, good question. One of the really interesting things about that is normally you would look at that and you'd say, okay, well, Jay's probably going to load up the lineup with righties. Like, maybe that's an opportunity where you'd put, in the regular season, you'd put Bear Jones at first, you'd put Morgan at left. You know what I mean? Like, you'd sit Pearson. But he's got his lineup now, right? Like, you're not going to change things at this point. Like, you're about every 5 minutes, old boy gets. But I think by this point, against a lefty, your option if you're Jay Johnson, during the season again, remember, would have been what we saw a bunch. Would have been Bear Jones at first, Morgan in left, Joe Bear in right, and you sit Pearson. So you get the extra right-handed bat in the lineup, and you catch Stravinsky. But they're not going to do that. Pearson today in left was awesome. Pearson made 3 amazing defensive plays. And I think you're overthinking it at this point if you were to think of something like that. And the other part of it too is, God bless, Bear Jones had 14 homers this year as a freshman All-American. But the problem became when he got into conference play, he struggled to put the ball in play. The strikeouts went to 1 every 1.5 at-bats. So you can't justify putting him in right now when he strikes out as much as he does. So I don't think you change anything. So as far as how LSU does against their lefty, I think you just have to have a good game plan. Listen, Jay Johnson's a great coach. He's an offensive-minded coach. They have all the scouting they need. You have veteran hitters. You're just going to have to go put together good ABs. Shut the fuck up. Hey. I found him. I found him. I found him, y'all. There he is. Look, there he is. Look, I found him. Oh, he's going to the pool. There he is. That's the one. There he is. There he goes. There's in the pool. He's swimming. Look at your boy. Look at your boy go. That's him, dog. That's the one that was making the noise, bro. He was right behind that couch. I knew it. Look at him. Told y'all, bro. I found him. I'm gonna let him hang out in the pool. That's fine. He can hang out in the pool. He's being way too loud, dog. Like, I get it, dude. You doing your mating call and all that shit. You trying to get laid. I ain't mad at you, bro. Like, get you a little frog pee, right? I mean, I ain't mad at you. Like, you know what I mean? Well, just a squirrel trying to get a nut. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't mad at him. He's just out there trying to get, bro. You're like, you interrupting a live stream, dog. Bro, you know what I mean? He jumped in the pool, dog. I wonder if he's still there. Hang on, I'm gonna see if he's still there. Should I get a net and get him? What y'all think? He's coming back up. Got him. Look at our boy. I could have hurt him. Look at our boy. Oh. He just jumped in this. Hey, bruh. There he is. Got him. I'm going to go throw him in the yard. Right. He gone. Don't nobody tell Pete. I just threw him. Look, I just threw him in the pond, all right? I just threw him in the pond. He's good. He was swimming in our pool. That's chlorine. That probably ain't good for him. Got him a little natural fresh water, little pond back there. He's going to be fine, dog. He gonna be fine. Don't nobody call PETA on me. I don't need nobody knocking on my door. None of that shit, all right? All right. He gone. We ain't got to worry. He pissed on my hand. Oh, my hand's all sticky and shit now. I'll wash it later. All right. Eric. There's a frog behind that couch. He was making the loudest. It sounded like it was fucking. I mean, it was a mating call. So I went behind there. And I chased him. He jumped in the pool, and he was swimming in the pool. Well, then I even brought the phone over there to show everybody him swimming in the pool. But it came up the side because he had to come up for air, and I grabbed him and I showed everybody the frog. Like Liv. Liv would have been so excited. Well, then I put him in the pond back there. So he's good. He's back. He's in fresh water. He's in his home now, Erica. He's in his home now, Erica. Yeah, I'll move that back. For sure, Erica. Okay. If LSU gets no hit on Monday, you can blame me for disrupting the rally frogs. I'll own it. All right. Yeah, we did have Ravitch calling walk-off wins in the ninth, didn't we? The top of the ninth, didn't we? Anyway. Erica, Hal Jubin, Kyle Gallo, they're all Bruno Van Moore, they're all asking for Ask E-Rock. They can't hear you. You're too far away. She's preparing for Father's Day. All right. Cajun Country, they all want it. You better, hey, look, the only way to make this happen, you better ask questions. You ask questions, she's liable to hang around. If you don't ask questions, she gone. I'm telling you that much right now. All right. Oh, Cajun Country asked E-Rock, Will Wade or Matt McMahon? They can't hear you. She said, Will Wade. Because you're far away and it's frogs and the camera's facing me. Ooh. Kyle Gallo has a good question. Ask E-Rock, does Matt get some Father's Day frog time? Well, you know the frogs, though, that's their mating call. Matt get a little Father's Day frog time with the ask, and E-Rock. Do I need to get my frog mating call? She said I need to take a shower. All right. Bruno Van Moore asks E-Rock, Maneri or Wes Johnson? Yes. Yes. Of course it can. Y'all, I'm so fired up, bro. Like on a very personal level, it's 11 o'clock. Fountain just shut off. Fountain shuts off at 11. We got a fountain out in the water back there. Ask E-Rock. Thomas Lamont. We need a game-winning hit. Who do you want at the plate?
That's me?
Dylan Cruz. Good answer. Okay. No fan forever. I may have missed it. Your thoughts on Guidry throwing one pitch before being replaced. We did talk about that earlier. It's been like an hour, but we did talk about it earlier. I love the decision to go to Guidry when they did. It was the right decision. It was righty on righty. Guidry's been your guy in that spot. He needed 4 outs. I had no problem whatsoever going to him. Guidry hung a breaking ball, and Ensley was sitting breaking ball and crushed it. Your guy threw a bad pitch, and their guy crushed it. Like, tip your cap. But I love the decision to go to him. I didn't love pulling him because you brought in Cooper, a lefty, against their 3-hole hitter, Dickey, who's a righty. Now, Cooper got you out of it, and so it worked, right? So you can look in hindsight and say, well, that was the right decision. It worked. But I say it all the time, man, in baseball. It's just, do you have sound logic and reasoning behind the decision you make? If the answer is yes, then I can live with the result. It doesn't mean I'm thrilled about the result or happy with it all the time, but I can live with the result. And I think the decision to go to Guidry when they did was the right decision. He just hung a pitch and the kid hit it. Like, tip your cap. Ethan Davidson, which plans Father's Day? Got the whole fam coming over here. E-Rock's been working all day getting this place spick and span. Inside, outside. She was hosing down the pool deck out here. She's got decorations inside. She's got empty bottles of Dad's root beer that she has like decorations in them. She is a party planner. Party planner extraordinaire. Let's see. Matthew Vincent said LSU got a commitment from JUCO tight end Connor Gilbert. Really interesting. Surprised to keep going after more and more tight ends, man. How much money did E-Rock spend on decor for Father's Day? I don't know if she spent a ton on decor for Father's Day. Now, Drew's birthday is a completely different story. I hesitate to show you all this because you might see her and she would be so pissed if y'all saw her, but so like, y'all can't see her through there. Can you see all like the table right here, all this stuff? That's a table with all decorations that she's doing for Drew's birthday. She goes ham for Drew's birthday. All right, let's get to a few more here and we'll call it a night. Justin Day, Ask E-Rock, is Gavin Dugas officially back? She walked in. I would love to get the Ask E-Rock questions. Might have to do it tomorrow for Morning Scone. Grant Dunlap, how high of a percentage would you give LSU to beat Wake Forest on Monday? I'm curious. Let me see if they put out Vegas has to put out a line for that already. Let me check real quick. I want to see what Vegas says. My guess is that Wake will be favored in that game. But I think you're probably talking about a coin flip. I think it's a 50-50 proposition with if anybody has it, because I'm trying to look on my desktop. Here we go. Here we go. Got it. I got it. My apologies. All right. Nope. They just got tomorrow's games. Wait. They just got tomorrow's games up at DraftKings, so I don't see them yet. But I mean, I think you're talking about a virtual coin flip. A slight edge. Wake maybe like minus 130. LSU plus 150, something like that. So I think Wake will be favored to win the game, but I absolutely think LSU can win it. Ryan Dixon, did Will Wade's agent get a call from West Virginia? That's interesting. I'd hire him in a heartbeat, especially in the NIL era. Okay, let's stay on topic here. Christopher Lacombe, Tony V. or Putin. Craig Dugas, we should have bunted more. You know what? Some of y'all are asking about the Vols player advancing in the ninth. Let's look at this. Hang on, I'll tell you right now what happened. Balk. That's so bizarre. So Burke reached on the fielding error. I can't believe they ruled that an error. Anyway, so Burke reached on a fielding error, advanced to second on a balk. I don't know. I'll have to go back and see an explanation, but they officially, I'm looking at the box score, they ruled it a balk. That's how we got to second base. Plans for Father's Day. Excited about it, man. We're going to have our whole family over here tomorrow. So Erica's mom, dad, her two sisters, their two husbands, all their kids, my mom and dad, my grandfather, Gramps, Gramps will be 91 in October, man. Gramps is such a G. I don't know if many of y'all probably heard me talk about him. Maybe some of y'all have met him, but Gramps is awesome, dude. Old school, like, lived his whole life in New Orleans, and in Baton Rouge now, and sharp as a tack, man. And to be 91 and to be that sharp is awesome, and I just love him, man. I love my Gramps, dude. He's just a dude. Like, if he were here right now, I'd make him an old fashioned. He'd sit here and drink a beer, an old fashioned with me, tell me stories. I love the fact that he'll sit here and he'll rattle off stories of like sales meetings and business dinners he had in Chicago in the early 70s, 50 years ago, and he's just like boom, boom, boom. Anyway, so Gramps will be here tomorrow. He's a dude. Y'all should all get to know Gramps. He's a dude. Vincent LSR, chances Colby Shelton winds up in Baton Rouge. I'm going to say 74%. Christopher Lacombe, ask E-Rock, should Boosie be free? And by the way, Vincent, the reason I wouldn't give it higher is a year ago, we all thought Maui Ahuna was coming to LSU. He ended up at Tennessee. So things happen. You never know. But it's better than 50-50 that Colby Shelton ends up in Baton Rouge. LSU sway. Why did Cruz and White move from 3 and 4 to 1 and 2 in the batting order? So good question. And I'll tell you, I don't like it. Let me rephrase. I am perfectly fine with Dylan Cruz being the leadoff batter. I think there's a great chance that Dylan Cruz is a leadoff hitter at the next level. What you want out of a leadoff hitter is someone who can attack the baseball, who can get on base, who can work a count, who can make a pitcher show everything in his arsenal. The other thing about having Cruz as the leadoff spot is when the lineup turns over, Cruz is batting, so you're guaranteed to get him more ABs. So for all those reasons, I get it. In this lineup, Cruz and White, and now Travinsky really are your run producers. So typically you want the guys to get on base for your run producers. And the guy, this may surprise some of you. If you listen to AFR Morning Scone, you'll know this, but because we've talked about it plenty. The guy on the team, I want to check this to see if it's updated after tonight, but the guy on the team, so Dylan Cruz leads the team with on-base percentage at 573. Second on the team in on-base percentage at 454, Gavin Dugas. While Dugas only hits 289, he gets on base at a 454 clip. He has struck out only 59 times in 201 at-bats. He has been hit by a pitch 30 times, and he's walked 35 times. So he's been on base 65 times this year by way of walk or hit by pitch. For context, Trey Morgan's walked 33 times. Tommy White's walked 21 times. Dylan Cruz has walked 65 times. So basically, teams are choosing to pitch around Dylan Cruz and then pitch to Tommy White. So, hey babe. Oh, there's a ton of. She's back. You're not in. You're 100. This chair is out of the picture. Look, the chair's out of the picture, so you can sit in that chair. That'd be great. I'll even turn a little bit more for you.
I'm nervous.
I'm telling you, look, the chair is 100% out of the picture. 100, like, my hand right here is out of the picture, Erica. My hand is out of the picture. You are out of the picture? Okay, Erica's back. We'll do some Ask E-Rock. Yes, Ask E-Rock. Okay. So let me just finish real quick on the LSU Sways question. So when Dylan Cruz was in his 2 for 22 slump, they moved him up in the order to try to see more fastballs. That's basically it. But I love Dugas 1 because he gets on base, Trey Morgan 2 because he's going to see fastballs he can handle the bat, Cruz 3 because then you have to decide, do I pitch to Cruz or to White? And either way, you're going to end up good. So I liked the batting order the way it was. But with Pearson in the 9 hole, Dugas generally batting 7th or 8th. If you have Dugas 8th, Pearson 9th, you have two guys that get on base a ton to turn the lineup over for Cruz, White, Morgan, Travinsky, and I like it that way too. So that's why. It was really when they put Pearson in the lineup and when Cruz was scuffling a bit, they moved him up in the order. That's why they did it. Okay, Erica. Ask E-Rock. Ooh, there's a bunch of Ask E-Rocks in here too. All right.
Oh my God.
What?
Frog.
Oh, it was way louder. If you're new, please smash the like button. If you're not acquainted, ask E-Rock. Erica, E-Rock is my wife, Erica, given the nickname by Jordy Collada. Gave her her favorite. Gave her the nickname E-Rock, which has stuck all these years. J. Robert Neely, ask E-Rock, when are the school zone lights doing to start working by St. Jude? Probably going to start working by St. Jude.
I didn't know they weren't working. I'll let Fish know. Is that a police thing or no?
No. Ask E-Rock. Justin Day, is Gavin Dugas officially back?
I think so. I keep hearing his name because they say it wrong.
He homered tonight. No, he pronounces it Dugas. He pronounces the S. Yeah. Thomas Lamont, ask E-Rock. Need a game win. Oh, you answered that one. Sonny's wife, ask E-Rock. Tony V or Putin?
Who's who?
Vladimir Putin, president of Russia.
Oh, like the famous guy?
The famous guy, yes.
Or the Tennessee coach?
Or the Tennessee
Oh,
coach.
Tennessee coach.
He's basically saying that they're both evil.
Oh, he's hot.
Oh, he's hot.
I think so. Don't you think?
You know what I'm going to do? Move it here so I'm going to give him a different view.
Vladimir Putin is not hot at all.
Well, I don't think that's what he's saying. He was just trying to compare Putin.
Oh,
Saying Tony Vitello is an evil guy is basically what
why?
you're saying. This is the Tennessee coach, and he's an a-hole.
He's just
He's
like
an
a young Saban.
He's an a-hole.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Tiger
If he was your
Diver.
coach, we love him. Like if he was our guy,
That's
we
true.
love him.
That's true. Tiger Diver, Ask E-Rock, what's on the menu tomorrow?
A lot of stuff. We have pulled pork, brisket, ribs, sausage, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, green beans, baked beans,
It's good to be the king.
crab and brie dip,
Ooh,
cheesecake,
yes.
lemon cookies.
By the way, cheesecake from Rufino's.
Chocolate covered pretzels. Lot.
Lot. Nick Frugier asks E-Rock, what's Matt's mating call sound like?
Oh Lord. Nothing.
Nothing.
You have a mating call?
What do I say whenever I'm ready to?
Hey babe,
What?
I got you.
That's
Or whatever.
well. That's only when it's been a minute. I'm like, hey, look, it's time, bro. Like, it's gonna happen one way or another. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna happen one way or another. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all know
We
what
always have a mating call.
Y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. Like, it's gonna happen. But sometimes it's gotta happen. Like, hey, I ain't promising this is gonna be the best thing in the world.
Okay,
but
stop. Let's stop.
we're all friends here. Everybody's friends here. Barrel bourbon. Erica, ask E-Rock, how many people watching right now should call Hudco?
Every single person watching right now should call it show.
364-1007. I would love it actually. If you called that right now, it would actually ring Terrio's cell phone. That would be great. Let's see. James Tingstrom V. Ask E-Rock, Ryan Terrio or Warren Morris?
I don't know Warren Moore. I love Ryan.
Warren Morris was the guy with the game-winning home run, the '96 national championship, the walk-off homer.
Oh, well, no, Ryan. It's always Ryan.
Why?
Because Ryan, I go way back. That's how you got to be friends with him, was because me.
Ryan and I go way back.
Dude, I'm the whole
I've
reason
known
for
Ryan
your
Terrio.
whole Riot Radio Hour and everything, man.
I've known Ryan Terrio
I've
forever.
known him forever.
Forever.
They did. They went to elementary school
His
together.
locker was by mine all through middle school.
That don't make no sense.
Wow.
You're Keller. He was Terrio. K and T isn't by each other.
Well, I don't think it was alphabetical. I don't know how they gave him help.
Ask E-Rock. Do any of the baseball coaches send kids to E-Rock school?
No, we don't have any baseball people, actually.
Well, Jay Johnson doesn't have kids.
Okay.
Uh, He and his wife do not have kids. And Wes Johnson, I don't know.
Nope.
They're
we
older
just have
too,
all
1 year.
football staff.
Hopefully we'll have. Oh, Trivia Carter.
Hi, Trivia.
Ask E-Rock. How did the Vols player advance to second base in the ninth?
Oh, Trivia. I don't know watching that. You don't know. You probably hit the ball really hard.
That was a balk.
Oh. Those are illegal?
Yes. Justin Day, Ask E-Rock. Is Gab? Well, we did that one. Went back. All right. ATX, Ask E-Rock. Can you make me a sandwich?
What is up with that lately?
What?
Men want their ladies to make them a sandwich.
Make me a sandwich.
We don't even have sandwich stuff.
Go make me a sandwich.
We only have bread now because I got a
I know,
stomach
we
bug,
don't
and
really
we don't
bread.
ever even have bread. That's so weird because like we don't have bread or
We don't make
meat.
sandwiches, right?
We never make sandwiches.
Like if I need just like a little snack, like it's sometimes I eat a bowl of cereal,
we don't have sandwiches.
protein
here.
bar.
I mean, we have now because ever since the stomach bug, I've just wanted like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and nothing hot. But so I have bread now, but that's only because of my sickness.
Ethan Davis, what's your plan for Father's Day?
Everybody, well, I'm gonna cook Matt and breakfast early in the morning.
Early, super early.
We're doing bacon in the oven tomorrow for the first time because it's such a mess on the stove, and I've got too many things to cook. So I'm trying to do bacon in the oven. I found a bunch of good recipes. So I have a nice breakfast. Ugh, they're blowing out on me.
Oh, my bum's blowing in the air.
And then we will. Everybody's coming over at 1 for lunch, and we'll eat and swim and hang out. That's all.
Let's see. Randall Aufrecht. Matt, who talked to Paul Maneri about stepping down? I didn't say anybody talked to Paul Maneri about stepping down. I think Paul Maneri, what I'll tell you is, it was determined before the season. But Paul did not want the big farewell tour. but it was determined before the season that that was going to be it for pulmonary at LSU. Bruno Van Moore asks E-Rock. Lemon cookies for us all? You know what they're asking, Erica?
Lemon cookies are not easy to make. And tonight they came out like shit. Can I say that here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They came out like shit tonight. They're flat. I don't know what happened to them. They look disgusting. I don't think anybody's gonna eat them.
I'll eat them.
They don't even taste. I don't think they're gonna. I didn't taste them. They don't even look like they're gonna taste good.
Chad Meyer said, Matt, did they retire Skenes and Cruz's numbers? Yes. 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 I do believe so. But I actually think the first one that should be retired is Aaron Nola's number 10. We cannot forget, and by the way, there's a rule, the LSU Hall of Fame committee rule is that you have to be out of your sport for 5 years. You got to be out of school at LSU for 5 years to have your jersey retired. So I think Nola should have already been done.
St. Jude Cougar.
Yes, Aaron Nola, St. Jude Cougar. I think his 10 should be retired. Could have been done in 2019. I think Nola's 10 should be retired. I think Cruz's 3 and Skenes 20 should all be retired. Yes, I agree. Kyle Gaio asked E-Rock, how many points did LSU score tonight?
6. 6-3.
Cha-ching.
Bruh.
John Joliffe asked E-Rock, Zion Williamson or Magic Johnson?
Well, Zion's got himself in a bit of a pickle right now. He's with all the ladies. Did you see all that?
I did see all of that.
Oh,
Did you see all of that?
but Zion is the best smile ever. He's the happiest looking guy.
LSU Sway ask E-Rock, Cruz or Bregman?
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard. Like, it's like, who's still, he's still here. Why these chalk pencils are like smudging like terribly?
Oh.
It's aggravating.
Chalk pencils are smudging like terrible.
I'd say Bregman.
Bregman also loves Drew.
Yeah.
That should be an easy one.
That's why.
That should be an easy one.
Well, that's why.
Yeah. Such a good dude. Even before, like, we really even knew him very much. He was great to us with Drew.
Yeah.
Is it 100% Floyd Monday night or Hurt? Floyd, yeah. No, Floyd starts against
What
Wake
time do they
Forest.
play Monday night?
6 o'clock. At the College World Series, you play at 1 or at 6. Kenny McBride asked E-Rock, to take over the live stream so you can go get your Father's Day sleep on. You gonna do the Father's Day stream while I go sleep?
In the morning?
No, right now.
I got kind of shit to do.
Well, you could sit here and, oh, hooray for dads. Can I show them that?
No, it's not.
Let me just show them what you're working on.
Dad's root beer stuff.
Let me show, I told him about the dad's root beer thing. So this is what Erica's doing at 11:20 at night. Hooray for dads. Chalkboards. We're all very, very, very thankful that you're spending time at 11:20 at night doing chalkboard art. Kagayo said bacon in the air fryer.
We don't have an air fryer.
Cajun Country said Vitello cooks bacon in the oven. LSU Sway bacon in the oven is super easy.
Why don't y'all like Vitello?
Because he's an asshole. He's an asshole who coaches at Tennessee. Look at all the fights he's lying.
But did his people like it? Did his people like him at Tennessee?
Bro, you got to call this. He's got his back and he's pummeling this dude in the head. Bro, this is a terrible late stoppage. Bro, you've got to call this fight. What are you doing? Call the fucking fight. Oh my God. Terrible late stoppage. Y'all watching this UFC fight? Horrible. John Jones, you think he was going to mess up Guidry's confidence getting pulled after one pitch? No, I think he's going to piss him off and make him even better. LA Mom 2020 says, I always cook bacon in the oven.
Oh, I'm excited to try it tomorrow. I hate how dirty.
Paul Walston said, ask E-Rock, Spam or potted meat?
Ugh, neither. I would never eat. I don't even eat real meat. I mean, no.
Chris Copeland said, Matt, what is Erica's mating call? Bruno Van Morak, morning pre-breakfast frog delight for Matt.
Okay, do they know I hate frogs? So like, just.
I think he means maybe like before breakfast we're gonna have a little Father's
Yeah,
Day.
I hear that, but like I'm asking about like don't look the thought of
The answer is yes, by the way.
the thought of a frog with that.
The answer is like, I'm just gonna roll over and be like, it's Father's Day, bruh. Guess what? Father's Day. We get to do what I want to do today, bruh.
Okay, I gotta finish. Anything else?
Oh, there's a ton. All right, here we go.
Couldn't come inside while I'm working.
You gotta go inside?
I got I have like a lot.
Where can I set this up then if you gotta be inside?
Well, I mean.
Because you can be running around
No,
and.
no, it's not gonna work out.
All right, give me 5 minutes.
Okay.
All right, let's go fast. 5 minutes. Here we go. Ask E-Rock, where did all the food come from? Ronnie Jenkins.
A mixture, Rouse's, Alexander's, and me.
Doug Ashton said, cook bacon in the air fryer.
I don't have an air fryer.
Cajun Country, ask E-Rock, can we all come over and invade the house for a party?
No.
Gregory Flitter, ask E-Rock, should we get Will Wade back?
Yes, 100%. I don't know why we fired him. It's the stupidest thing ever. Everybody recruits like that and pays people money. Everybody does that.
Kenny McBride said, ain't no damn way they retire Skenes' number. I disagree, especially if he wins the Golden Spikes. They're absolutely going to do it. He's only the second player to win the Dick Hauser. The other is Eddie Furniss. They already got his number retired. They'll retire his number. They retired Mike Mood's number after 2 years. Yeah, Burrow had 2 years and only one was really good. So, yeah. KP, what's going on? How's LSU versus Wake Forest pitching look? Depends what, excuse me. Depends which Ty Floyd shows up. Ask Frogs and Cigars, what's the meaning of life?
Huh?
John Stamos. So tired of LSU fans' obsession over retiring numbers. I don't get it. At some point, you won't have any good numbers left. No, John, remember, they don't retire numbers. They retire jerseys. So you can still wear that number. They just retire the player's jersey for that reason. Jacob King asked E-Rock, how was Burger Smith?
I did not eat burgers.
She did not eat Burger Smith. She didn't want food. I just had it for myself. So Jacob is the, I guess Jacob manager, right term, at Burger Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Great dude, always very kind to me when I go in. Burger Smith on right next to Alexander's. Great local restaurant, good food, good people. They always do local craft beer as well. So normally when we go, I'll always go and order there, sip on a craft beer while I wait, and for the food. I always enjoy it there. Jacob's always very good to us, so thank you for that. It was great seeing you tonight as well.
Yes, I just wasn't hungry.
Chad Myers, what's E-Rock sipping on?
Water with sweet tea Mio.
Kevin Keys, ask E-Rock, Denham Springs or Watson.
For what? Oh, I don't know. I don't know the difference. I thought they were the same.
Zachary or St. Francisville?
St. Francisville.
I think you're confusing St. Francisville with Rosemount.
Oh, well, it's basically the same.
David Landry, Matt is part owner of Hudco. Yes, I am. Spurge, ask E-Rock, bacon, crispy as hell or a little jiggly?
Oh, burnt to a crisp.
Burnt to a
I want
crisp.
everything burnt.
So anyway, who was that who asked about Hudco? David Landry. So David, please email me, matt@hudcoroofing.com. I would love to personally help you. Ryan Slayton, ask E-Rock, will Brad Bohannon bet on LSU or Wake Forest?
I have no
That's the
idea.
Alabama coach who got fired for betting against his team.
What are my choices?
Will he bet on LSU or Wake Forest? Monday.
LSU.
Ask E-Rock, Thomas Lamont, brisket or pulled pork?
Brisket.
Kyle Gallo, ask E-Rock, how many fans can Matt invite over for the CWS Natty game? I said earlier, they were like, let's have a party. And I was like, I can't just invite 1,000 people.
Yeah.
But maybe we do like an invite only.
Well, that's rude. You gotta do like the lottery.
Yeah.
You just say you won the lottery.
How many?
Oh, I don't care.
Danny Jackson, Ask E-Rock, if we play for the Natty, can we have a pool party?
I mean, when is it?
Okay, Ask E-Rock.
When is it? When?
Monday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Oh my God. You're the one that had to go quickly.
What are you doing?
Kyle Gallo, Ask E-Rock, if you don't like the wings, what do you give them?
The bird.
Chris Copeland, Ask E-Rock, why is St. Jude better than MBS?
Oh, because it is. I mean, it just...
Pelicans.
100%.
Wesley Randall, Ask E-Rock, does the mosquito barrier really work?
Yeah, I don't feel any mosquitoes.
Do we ever have mosquitoes out here?
Not really.
Cortland, Ryan Thibodeau, Ask E-Rock, who's the next pitching coach?
Ryan Terrio.
No. Factually, Nate Yeske
Oh.
is the leader in the clubhouse right now from A&M. Ask E-Rock, can we lure Will Wade back with a dinner?
Yes, we can get... Why? We're getting him back. Yes, we are.
The AD that fired him is not going to rehire him. Thomas Lamont, Ask E-Rock, you have to listen to one for 3 hours straight. Frogs croaking or T-Bob yelling, yeah, whiskey and wine style. Which do you take?
Oh, right, T-Bob.
You love T-Bob.
I do. I hate frogs, too. Like, they scare
That's
me.
true.
I have major phobia of frogs and lizards and
Ask
everything.
E-Rock, should Matt lose the beard?
No, I love it.
She hates my beard. She hates this look. Everyone compliments the bald head, the beard. They're like, you look good like that. Your head is kind of like symmetrical. People love this look, except Erica, the person I'm married to, hates
Matt, I
the
don't...
look. No, you hate it. It's fine.
No, I don't hate it.
I'm good.
I don't hate it.
Ask E-Rock, can E-Rock sing the Hudco jingle?
No.
Mandeville or St. Francisville?
Mandeville, I heard, it's kind of bougie and cute. Maybe Mandeville.
Bruno Van Moore said this is a top 10 show. Never witnessed an Ask E-Rock at 11:30 p.m. Priceless.
Oh, God. I mean...
Murder Giraffe. I'm inviting myself.
Oh, Murder Draft. You got to get a new name.
If he gets a new name, you invite him over?
Yeah, I don't care if people call him that.
Matt, appreciate the digital brotherhood, but I got to call it a night. Tip of the cap, Cajun country. Sonny's wife said, I'm T-Bob's +1.
Oh. I really have a lot to do, though. Can I please go inside?
No.
Ugh.
Shane Dan knows the difference between retiring a number and a jersey. Number, no one can ever wear it again. Jersey is just an honor. We go in Woodstock on Matt's pool party for the Natty.
No.
Ask E-Rock, favorite thing about T-Bob?
His hair.
What's your favorite thing about
I
T-Bob?
just said that because we just had a hair discussion. Oh, just he's so happy. He's a happy guy. And he's always laughing, wants to laugh and just have fun.
Paul Walston, Ask E-Rock, should Matt shave the beard into a Travinsky? Meaning I would just leave the mustache and
No,
soul patch.
absolutely not.
If Travinsky hits a three-run homer, I'm doing it.
Oh,
That's the
God.
bet. We already had that bet. Gregory Flitter said, E-Rock, let's petition for Will Wade coming back.
I agree.
USMC Mike, what's up? Kenny McBride said, I've always been a fan. After I became a father, I can't explain how much I look up to you and E-Rock. You two are such an inspiration to all of us parents. # Team Drew.
Oh.
Is he your favorite now? Kenny McBride?
We don't really do anything different. I mean, we're just...
Oh, you just mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we just do what you got. You can do what you got to do.
I think we do the same thing every parent does. It just looks different.
It's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would do whatever you have to do for your child the same way we would. T-Boo Bay Bear. Here's my RSVP. I'm coming to the pool party. GameCube Man, Ask E-Rock, cats or dogs?
Dogs, 100%.
Ask E-Rock, thanks for putting up with us peeps.
Oh, no problem.
Brad Giat, Matt went car shopping today. Does the Atlas live up to the hype or not?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Eric has an Atlas. I have an Atlas Cross Sport. Here's what I would tell you. Do you need the third row? If you don't need the third row, get the Cross Sport. I love my Cross Sport. I really, really do. So, Ryan Thibodeau, Ask E-Rock, buy or sell GMEX. Well, you buy right now because it's low. Remember, in any investment, a 2x is a 2x. So if you buy at 1/100 of a penny, if you multiply that 1/100 of a penny by 2, it's still a 2x of your investment. So that's why you buy low, sell high. That's crypto or anything. Buy low, sell high.
Come inside, I can still talk, but I've got so much crap. I'm gonna be up.
Last two more. Chad Myers, Asky Rock, favorite restaurant in BR.
Volcanoes.
Edward O. Nuts Bus Driver, Asky Rock, does Musso smoke weed?
No. That's just the funniest thing, though.
All
Poor
right.
guy. I feel sorry for him.
He's in on the bit. It's all
Especially
good.
when you and Ryan do it. It's like, all right, bye.
Go Tigers. Thank y'all for watching. On your way out, please smash the like button. Subscribe up to the channel. Appreciate y'all very much. Happy Father's Day to all the dads. If I don't see y'all tomorrow, go Tigers. Great win tonight. Fired up for it. I mean, just a dominant outing by Skenes, which could, in theory, be the last time we see Paul Skenes at LSU. If it is, what a way to go out. 7 2/3, 12 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 runs on 5 hits. He was awesome. Dylan Cruz, 2 for 5. He's still at 433, so he's still ahead of Rafe Rhymes for the single season batting average record. And the Tigers set themselves up now to play Wake Forest on Monday in a winner's bracket game. Go out and play your best game of the year. Go play your best damn game of the year and win it, and you put yourself in the driver's seat to go play for a national championship. So, fired up for it. Let's go get it. Y'all have an awesome night. Thanks so much for watching. One more reminder about Hudco. Hudco's pinned in the chat. We had a ton of hail. St. Francisville, Zachary, downtown Baton Rouge, down into Baton Rouge, and points all over. So if you had hail, would love to give you a free, no obligation roofing inspection. I'll remind you, so often your wind hail deductible is less than your named storm deductible. So it would cost you less of a deductible to replace your roof due to hail damage than to hurricane damage. So let us help you out. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com is pinned in the chat. Click the link, fill out the form. Someone will be in touch with you. You can always email me directly, matt@HudcoRoofing.com. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Y'all have an awesome night. Much love. Peace. Go Tigers.